Tonight, 11 Investigates is taking you inside Ohio's only toxicology lab, where evidence from across the state is logged, tested, and analyzed. From roadside drug busts to impaired driving cases, Melissa Andrews says the work there is helping law enforcement piece together key parts of criminal investigations.
At the Ohio State Highway Patrol Crime Lab, every piece of evidence tells a story.
We have two evidence intake technicians today working on some drug cases and some toxicology cases.
Evidence comes from troopers and police departments in all 88 counties. It's sealed, inspected, and logged into the system before it ever reaches a lab.
So we're actually going to go ahead and open the evidence that's submitted, make sure that the evidence is sealed properly, initialed properly, the submission form is with the evidence, everything matches, we're not finding any discrepancies.
Whether it's for testing or long-term storage while the case moves through the court system, it all passes through here.
Some officers will send it in for testing, some officers will send it in just to be stored here.
And the volume is growing, especially when it comes to impaired driving.
That's a good question. I would say the toxicology cases are higher than the drug evidence at this moment.
That's because this facility processes samples not just from troopers, but departments around the state.
All right, so this is one of two high-density machines we have here at the crime lab. This machine has a very small footprint, but it actually has 28 trays, which helps us store a lot of evidence here at the crime lab. We have a total of over 41,000 pieces of evidence in our custody. In this case, the bags you're seeing here on this bin are actually from our Bowling Green post in District 1.
Each week, large gray bags arrive, hand-delivered from district posts. This batch contains drug evidence from the Bowling Green post.
You also have the bordering state to the north of us, Michigan. So we have a lot of people that will go up into Michigan and buy drugs and then bring them back to Ohio.
And when bulk cases come in, like this 7-pallet marijuana seizure, it's up to criminalists like this one to figure out what's really inside.
I'm emptying all the contents of the packaged plant material that was sent here. I'm going to weigh the contents of all of the plant material, and then I'm going to send it away for quantitative testing.
If a sample tests positive, officers are notified and prosecutors decide what happens next.
And then they'll determine, with the state prosecutor, whether or not there'll be charges filed.
Chemists also use color tests and high-tech instruments to detect drugs like meth and cocaine.
This is my confirmation. I for sure know it's meth because I had the color test that was orange.
In fact, some of the samples being tested today came from a 2024 case on the Ohio Turnpike when troopers arrested Dewan Orr in Ottawa County. He was later sentenced to at least 3 years in prison for aggravated trafficking of these drugs, more than 500 grams of meth and nearly 28 grams of cocaine.
So this is going to be a pink over blue if it's a positive.
So that's cocaine?
Yes.
So this is definitely meth?
Yes, definitely meth.
Evidence like this doesn't just get a visual test, it runs through some of the most advanced equipment in the state.
Being in Ohio, we're actually on the forefront of emerging drugs. It is the workhorse of a drug chemistry laboratory.
Chemists use high-powered machines to separate and identify every component, and quickly, because what looks like a simple powder could contain something brand new and potentially deadly.
We don't just say, oh, it's fentanyl. Well, it's fentanyl, and it's very common now for us to have an unknown powder that has 4, 5, 6 components to it.
Whether it's known substances or something they've never seen before, this lab is working to make Ohio's roads and communities safer. For 11 Investigates, I'm Melissa Andrews.
Officials with the Ohio State Highway Patrol say marijuana, opiates, and other pills account for the majority of the seizures by far. We have a story for our 11 Investigates team. If you have a story for our 11 Investigates team, you can email us at 11investigates@WTOL.com.